Alright, welcome back to Ugly Truck. Today we've got a 1972 Dodge Dart Swinger. It has been sitting in a barn for 29 years. We pulled it out of the barn yesterday, and we are going to show you the process of what we do to get this thing running again. So let's get on it. Look at that barn. Would you ever think a 1972 Dodge Dart with 85,000 miles is sitting there? The first time I saw this car, the owner of this place, he asked me to come out and take a look at the Massey Ferguson tractor that he's got sitting in the stall next to it. And I peeked my head over the stall, and I'm like, holy smokes, what is that? And sure enough, it was a 72 Dodge Dart. When I was a kid, I had the option of buying a 1972 Chevy pickup or an early 70s Dodge Dart, and I went with the 72 Chevy truck. But I don't care who made it. I love them, and I couldn't believe it when I saw this thing sitting there. It was his mother's car, and I told him if he would ever think about parting with that thing, I would definitely buy it from him. So here we are, 12 to 13 years later, and we're dragging this thing out of this. I never thought that it would be as intact as it is. The mice didn't get to it. I think the groundhogs that were living around the car kind of kept the mice down a little bit. But I thought for sure that it would be just a roached out, wire-eaten shell of a car, but it's pretty cool. If we can get the motor to turn over and save the engine, I'll love it. But if we can't, we'll find a 340 for it and put a 340 in it.
I think this is only the second Slant Six that I've ever seen in my life, so I really hope that we can save it. I just think it's a really cool little motor. It's the leaning tower of power.
Oh, well, we'll see. When we get this thing going, we get to 70 in this one, and we'll do a burnout contest.
That'd be fun. We'll definitely have to get some new tires for the Dart. I can't believe these actually aired up.
Oh, yeah. I hit the tires with a tire tank, and the tires actually aired up, pulled it out of the ground. The brakes weren't locked up, and we pulled this thing onto a trailer. I think we're just going to have to bleed the brakes, and we'll be good. We'll see. But everything is finally coming around. I've got the 72 Dodge Dart. I've got a 72 Chevy pickup that I drive every day. And I don't have to worry about making enough money to buy a McLaren. I have everything that I ever wanted. So
who needs a McLaren when you have a...
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll make the Dodge Dart go as fast as a McLaren.
You think so?
Yeah.
We're gonna hit McLaren speed.
Look at this. Look at the speed that this thing builds right now.
Look how fast it's going. It just looks so happy to be scooting down the road again. It just looks like it is ready to live a new life.
Knowing that this one's gonna come back to life and we're gonna be booking down the road in this thing is pretty cool. Alright, so we just pulled this thing off the trailer. The only thing that we've done to it is we picked it up, ran it through the car wash, and we just did the exterior. I haven't even lifted the hood yet, which is killing me. Okay? I have seen under the hood many years ago, so we'll see what we find in a bit. But if it was summertime, I would be equipped with some WD-40 and 5 cans of wasp spray. But it's kind of cold out today. It's the winter, spring's coming. Like I said in the beginning, 29 years sitting in a barn. The woman who drove this car, she took it, she had it painted somewhere. I think she got used to like driving a different car while it was being painted, brought it home, and it got parked, and that was it until yesterday. Okay, so should we start with the hood or under the hood?
Oh, we probably better.
Huh?
Make sure there's an engine in there.
Oh, yeah. All right, so let's see what's under this powerhouse.
Ooh.
Oh. All right. That is a 225 Slant Six. People call them the Leaning Tower of Power, and everything is there. It looks like so. That is great.
Power brakes. Does it have disc on the front?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It has power front disc brakes, air conditioning.
Power steering.
Wow. Mice have been living in here, but I don't see a whole bunch of wiring that's been eaten on, so
Yeah.
that's really good. It's got a giant radiator in it.
Yeah. Use Chrysler antifreeze.
Christ. Let's see what she's got. She's got oil in her.
Actually looks like oil.
I'll start soaking things down in here with WD-40, but I'll take an air blower and I'll blow all this out first before I do that. So we'll come back to that. Okay? All right. Moving to the interior.
Yes. Oh.
Look how sweet the interior is.
It's the same color as the interior on the 70, on the C10.
Right.
You okay? You doing all right?
Yeah. You chewing on a stick?
Yeah.
Yeah. The mice have gotten to the carpet. That's the only thing I see that is bad really is the pad underneath the carpet and the carpet. So in a little bit I'll cut that out of there and we'll take and blow this out too. Get the mouse smell out of it. This is where the WD-40 comes in. Get the door hinges real quick. And that's about it.
It's
Vinyl
straight.
tops coming off of it.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out. Look how solid this thing is.
Wow.
Came with a mouse.
Aw.
It's Mr. Jingles.
Mr. Jangles, no.
Squirt that down. This is like the only car we've ever had that was not rotted out. Let's see. Look at that. That's brand new.
Yeah.
Huh. It's cool.
Yeah. Sweet.
I like it. It's got a high mount for the fuel fill.
Mm-hmm.
So perfect for a fuel cell in here, you know.
Ooh.
Because the chances that the tank is going to be good is next to none.
Yeah.
It had the original hubcaps on it, which they're super ugly, but it still had them on it, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get a glimpse of the dash.
Yeah.
The dash is cool. WD-40. WD-40 also smells better than the mice.
I can't believe how nice everything is. Door panels and everything.
Yeah. Even the windows crank up and down nice still.
Wow.
Cool.
Huh.
Doors fit good.
Yeah, the whole car is super straight.
Yep. Alright, so maybe 12 or it might have been 13 years ago, I went and I looked at this car, and at that time the engine was locked up. Okay, I couldn't get it to turn over. I know for a fact that it's still the same, so I'm not even going to mess with trying to get it to rock over. I'm going to start by cleaning it off with some air. I don't want to take a pressure washer to them and get anything wet to begin with, so I'd like to just do it with air pressure, and then if the thing runs eventually, then we'll do a good cleaning on it. But I just start with this. Okay, you really don't want to breathe this stuff,
Yeah.
so do your best not to do it out. We're doing it outdoors, so it won't be that bad, but do your best not to breathe it. Wear a mask, maybe.
Maybe.
So, you want to do this, and I'll
Sure.
run the camera. You're better at
It's my
cleaning them
favorite
off.
part.
I know that you're always better at it.
Yeah. I've been practicing.
Yeah, that way I don't have to breathe it. I can stand back a little further.
Thanks.
Do the air cleaner.
Yeah. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. Wow.
Mice love to live in here too. It's a great spot. The vacuum lines are still in great shape. Solid, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it was actually in a barn.
Right. Usually they're eaten to death though.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Huh. Look at that.
Holy smokes. I thought for sure as much stuff was on the top of it,
Right.
there had to be something.
Alright, these things have a Holly carburetor on them. I don't even mess around with trying to move the carburetor yet. I'm gonna soak it down with WD-40, all the moving parts of it. Okay. So I'm gonna let the WD-40 go to work on the carburetor a little bit before I mess with it. And oh, now I can spray WD-40 on everything. All the parts. The hinges. Give the alternator a good dose. It'll dry and it'll be fine. So now it's going to start raining on us.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That has to be a bad omen. Is that a bad omen?
No.
You don't think so? Oh man. Oh no! Did you get rained on?
He tricked me. Where's your frisbee? Go get it.
Okay, so had a little rain delay, but we are back and we are ready to get this engine ready to turn over. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill it to the brim. There's a lot of debate about what product to use, what is the best thing to soak this engine down with. And no matter what the best product is, we can all agree that the worst product is nothing. You could probably spend a ton of money and fill this thing up with WD-40 or some other penetrating oil. But we're gonna show you the process that we've done in the past. If you didn't know, we are a full service repair shop. So every oil change we do, every transmission service, we save our waste oil. That's how we heat our shop. And that's actually what we're going to use to fill this motor up. We have used waste oil many times in the past. It's a slower process, but we've always had really good luck with it. So instead of spending a ton of money on an engine that we really don't know if it's even going to be savable, we're going to go with waste oil because that's worked for us in the past and it's plentiful and cheap here. So let's do it.
All right. Okay, so what I do, most dipstick tubes, 3/8 rubber hose fits over them pretty well and seals them off, because that's one spot where oil will come out. But I put a piece of clear vinyl on it so I can see when I hit that level, and that's about the level that I wanted. I want it to be pretty much level with the top of the cylinder head. So I'm gonna fill this baby up until I see oil to that level. Our waste oil, it's a mixture of a lot of diesels, transmission fluid, and then just regular gasoline engine oil. It seems to work pretty good. Our goal here is to get this engine to turn over and not have to force it to turn over. So sometimes we've done this and it'll take maybe a day, but I've had some of them where it took soaking for a week, you know. And then what I'll do, I'll let it sit overnight, and tomorrow I'll put a cheater bar on the front of the crankshaft and see if it'll move just a pinch. The minute it moves just a little bit, I drain all this oil out of it. I take the spark plugs out. You definitely never want to try and crank this over with a starter while all this engine oil is in there, because it'll hydrolock. So I only do it by hand. And like I said, the minute it moves just the tiniest little bit, I will drain all this oil out of it.
You can hear it draining in there somewhere.
Oh yeah.
It's gurgling.
Oh yeah. I gotta go get some more oil.
Jeez.
So that's what, 2.5, 5, probably 7. I didn't fill them completely.
Yeah, they weren't
full.
completely full. Wow.
So I gotta go get more oil.
Okay. What are you doing? Did he go without you? Oh my goodness. Do not get in there. Where'd your frisbee go? Ah! What is it?
Oh, okay. We should be getting there.
Why's it gotta be cold?
I don't know. It's not good.
It's like second winter.
There it is. See it coming out? Go.
And there we go. That's our level there. It's still coming up a little
So
bit.
that's about 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That was about 10 gallons.
Jeez.
Okay. Alright, that'll drop down too. But when you do that, it fills the valve cover up too. So the rockers and the top of the valves are being lubricated also right now until it drains away from them. But underneath this thing, we've got a giant pan to catch all the drips. Make sure you do that. Sometimes too, like I've had them, the rear main seal is dry and it just a constant drip out of the rear main seal. And then once the seal got lubricated and I turned the crank, it sealed up, not a problem. So if you have something like that, don't panic just yet. Go ahead and try to get the car started first. See what it does with some oil pressure and some good oil in it before you say, hey, I got to tear the engine apart. So, but put a pan underneath it or something underneath it to catch the oil that's going to drip out. Because that oil that we just filled it up with, it's always the piston rings that's stuck the most. So it's making its way up past the piston skirt, and it'll pass through those rings. When we have more time to watch it, a lot of times I take the spark plugs out, and then when I see oil coming out of the spark plug hole, then I know that the piston's getting oil passing past the piston rings. So, and then when you get all 8 cylinders or however many cylinders it is, then you know you're in good shape. So tomorrow morning I'm going to come out here and I'll try to rock the engine over just a little bit, see if it moves. Never ever do it with a starter, like I said. Always do it by hand. I always do it by hand on anything. I don't care what it is. Two full rotations of the crankshaft. I never do it with the starter first. And the minute I get it to rock over, we'll get it into the shop. We'll drain this oil out of it and we'll put a new oil and filter in it. And then after we've rotated it around a couple times, we'll see if the starter will crank it over. So the next time you see it, that's what we'll be doing to it. So if you want to be here for this thing to start up after sitting for 29 years, make sure you subscribe and ring that bell for us. We really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Let's go. Would you quit? Let's go. What do you got? Don't. You know better. Don't do that one either. Don't put your Frisbee on cars.